The oven is broken, we can't even melt cheese. We can only cook things at 73 degrees. There's a tray of cookies beneath the Christmas tree. But Grandpa's got a craving for grilled onions and grease. When I was younger, Grandma made us a feast. Homemade pies and a turkey, real good food to eat. But now on Christmas morning, Grandma's on her Twitter feed. So the family gets together by the food truck on the street. It's a food truck Christmas dinner at the curb. When you smell diesel exhaust, dinner is served. I approach the food truck without trepidation. I don't mind college kids intoxicated. I don't care about tables and chairs or health code violations. I don't care if the chef just got a traffic citation. If there were no food trucks in old-time Bethlehem, it wouldn't matter, history wouldn't be different. But at the Last Supper, if a food truck had been near, Jesus might have consecrated a Reuben and craft beer. Food truck Christmas dinner at the curb. When you smell diesel exhaust, dinner is served. You're on 6 different stations on the AM dial. I don't care if your personality's like a crocodile's. When you cut people off, it really makes me smile. Long-time listener, first-time caller to your heart. I know radio romance doesn't make a lot of sense, but can't you see we go together like traffic and weather on the 10s? For 3 hours a day, I am blissfully content. Long-time listener, first-time caller to your heart. You still help me even when you take a commercial break, with phonics programs and herbal cures for my body aches. I hear you when I'm driving 50,000 watts and clear. You know you can always trust me to be faithful to you, dear. You're the only thing my Walkman sends through headphones to my ears. Long-time listener, first-time caller to your heart. Never doubted you were right for me, even though we never met. But I thought twice when I saw your picture on the internet. Never thought that I would fall for a girl from out of town, with a number 1-800 on my cell phone, *#. Never thought she'd keep reminding me to turn my radio down. Long-time listener, first-time caller to your heart. Long-time listener, first-time caller to your heart. A lawyer at the courthouse, I thought she was cute. We started talking, she admired my suit. I dropped my my defenses, she had no complaint. But courting an attorney is not without its pain. We started dating, we both assumed the risk. She permitted it to continue, I implied her love from this. But I should not have placed my reliance on herself, 'cause her motions told me one thing, her procedure something else. It was not so much depreciation as a lack of consideration that leads me here to sing. Courting an attorney can be a trying thing. From our opening statements to our closing argument, we served our time together, our love was evident. She gave me promises, it was all such a thrill, and I gave her my possessions, it was not against my will. It was not so much depreciation as a lack of consideration that leads me here to sing. Courting an attorney can be a trying thing. Each time she entered her appearance, I affirmed my opinion, so in her judgment a continuance was in order. Though I raised no objection, I never gave my consent to the constant presence of a court reporter. We had some minor arguments we solved through arbitration, but she had no real interest in domestic relations. Finally one day it was over, I can't tell you how I feel. She summarily dismissed me, said I'd lost my appeal. She moved on to another partnership, leaving me with just the transcript. So I stand here and sing. Courting an attorney can be a trying thing. Sold advertising time within this song, but I don't think you will notice any difference at all. Just singing in my basement with a little product placement to give you some ideas for them all. I'm pleased to say the sponsor for the next verse of this song is eWorld Online Cursor Mouseport BrowserNet.com. Easing holiday confusion, promoting the illusion that technology helps people get along. The bridge is brought to you by Kleenex guitar picks. When you've got the urge to pick, use a Kleenex. House is cozy thanks to Owens Corning insulation, and we trim our tree with GE colored lights and decorations. Before we start to eat, we light the Abbey Advent wreath, the wreath with easy candle installation. I couldn't get a sponsor for this part of the song. this song is getting long. I can see it on the clock. And sponsors won't buy time if the listener's nodding off. So here's a public service spot. Give to charities a lot, and to get your tax deduction, go to H&R Block. And be sure to take NyQuil if you get a bad cough. She came to work to speak to our corporate group. She told us to leverage, and grab low-hanging fruit. I had a value-added concept for her consideration, but she right-sized our relationship and managed my expectations. Now I think I'll have to drink outside the box. Gonna focus on the bottom line. This looks to be a gin situation, as the bar helps me to sip my paradigm. I had a mission and a vision and objectives well defined, but I couldn't seem to interest her in taking things offline. Well, now you've heard my story, how I tried to interface and found myself a scenario you'd have to call worst case. I tried to be transparent, let my deliverable accrue. I told her I was an asset, and she said that was only half true. So I think I'll have to drink outside the box. I'm gonna focus on the bottom line. This looks to be a gin situation, as the bar helps me to sip my paradigm.